So Mordecai and Rigby is doing the usual, playing games on work time until Mordecai gets a call on the phone. He answers that bitch, and it's Margaret. She asked bro to make her a website. And that boy Mordecai is fiending. He ain't never heard of bros before hoes. Brother man said, forget the game, I'm finna do this right now. Goes upstairs, tries to hop on the computer until he checks the reserved time slot for the computer. And Muscle Man done reserved that hoe for the whole day. But he looks outside and he sees Muscle Man and High Five Ghost playing ball. So that's like, surely man, I can make this website real quick. As soon as Mordecai's ass touches the seat, that boy Muscle Man was inside the door frame like, did you not see the check-in sheet? And I'm just over here like, how did this big ass nigga go from the basketball court up a flight of stairs and right behind me in 0.3 seconds? I ain't never seen bro move that fast a day in my life. But after Muscle Man bitched the hell out of Mordecai and Rigby, he goes back to playing ball. Mordecai's like, yeah man, forget this. Tries to hop back on the computer again, and Muscle Man must got time skipped, cause as soon as Mordecai's bird ass touched that seat, Muscle Man was right there. Like, my man, your name is Muscle Man and ain't a lick of muscle on you. You're just big as hell for no reason. And second of all, you don't even be moving this fast for your bitch. So Mordecai proposes a game of basketball for computer rights for the whole day. And Mordecai should not have made this deal because Muscle Man and High Five Ghost was acting like the reincarnation of the lethal shooter. Okay. They was like, I understand it now. Whole game just doing these boys dirty. But we get outside, Muscle Man and Mordecai check the ball. Mordecai and Rigby got possession first. He tries to pass the rock to Rigby, but Muscle Man took that bitch out the air and did a layup, frame one. I'm not gonna lie, if I was Mordecai, I would have stopped playing right there. These boys not even doing make it take it because Rigby got the ball next. He's over here trying to pass it to Mordecai. But High Five Ghost defense is something serious. Rigby cannot get through this man. But if I was Rigby, I'd be calling cheats on High Five Ghost. You don't got no legs, you're cheating, you're floating. Get out of here, you can't play ball. But Rigby passes the ball to Mordecai, and Muscle Man defense is something serious too. He's egging this nigga Mordecai to shoot that bitch. He does, and oh nah, a brick. And then we just get a montage of Muscle Man and High Five Ghost putting these boys Mordecai and Rigby through a damn blender. Like, look at this man, Rigby, I know your ass is small, but how are you getting bodied by High Five Ghost? And Mordecai, how is your tall ass on defense in front of this nigga Muscle Man and he's still able to get a 3 on you, nigga? That's what I was talking about, man. This nigga Muscle Man and High Five Ghost is just lethal shooter. But then Muscle Man tells Mordecai, hey, you know we only need one more point to win the game. Mordecai, bamboo, Schmeckledorf. He didn't even know they was getting jammed on that bad. But Muscle Man shoulder bashes Mordecai, making bro fall on the ground and hits a fadeaway 3. Fadeaway 3 by Muscle Man in your mouth is nuts. Not only that, this nigga Muscle Man play basketball like he got pads on. We are not playing football. What are you shoulder tackling me this hard for, gang? Muscle Man and High Five Ghost won the game, so they got computer rights for a week. But then Margaret pulls up on her bicycle, already telling that nigga thank you in advance for the website. As this nigga Mordecai ogles at the bird cheeks, the bird dumpy. Oh my god, bro, I never thought I'd say the words bird and dumpy incongruous right next to each other. But Mordecai saw the bird cheeks a jiggling and he was like, I gots to lock in.
Okay, what type of girls do you like?
To be honest, I like all women. Dark skin, the best.
You like black girls?
I love black girls, man.
What do you love about them?
Sometimes I like their big booties jiggling.
Mordecai proposes computer rights for 2 months and they run a second game. And oh nah, Muscle Man and High Five Ghost is running the same place they was doing that first game and getting away with it. The bird cheek Zenkai boost is not working for Mordecai because they is falling for every single thing they was falling for in that first game and the second one. Getting absolutely dog walked. I know Mordecai happy as hell Margaret already left because if she seen the way this nigga Mordecai lost, I fear Mordecai would have just ceased to exist. Brother man would have found a rope in the nearest tree and said GG's. Mordecai, mad, upset, kicked some basketball and said basketball sucks. And this is why I regularly show the GOAT, man. Cause imagine kicking a basketball, saying basketball sucks, and then the god of basketball descends down from the heavens, pulls up on you just to be like, hey, don't say that shit, man. I mean, the moon turned into a basketball as he drove out to you in a Cadillac with golden wings on it. Like, I'm sorry, your holiness, you don't look like LeBron, so I don't think you're the god of basketball, but I did just see you descend down from the heavens above. So I'm gonna take your word for it for now, man. My fault, gang. God of basketball then says, hey, I'm the greatest basketball coach to ever live. And you only think basketball sucks because you don't even know how to play it. I'ma train you niggas to be real good. And Muscle Man's like, you couldn't train these niggas if you had their parents dangling off a chain in front of a volcano, brother. Do not waste your breath. And he dips. The god of basketball's ego was struck. So now he's like, yeah, nah, I'm finna train y'all to do circles around this nigga playing basketball. But as he's training them, the god of basketball realizes these niggas fucking suck. They can't pass for shit. They can't shoot for shit. They can't dribble for shit. The god of basketball calls Mordecai and Rigby the worst basketball players of all time. Brother man said Flight reacts hoops better than you niggas. God of basketball's like, yeah, nah, no amount of training will save y'all, but I can't let that bitch ass nigga Muscle Man talk trash about my coaching. So he just spirit guns these niggas the power. As Mordecai and Rigby pull up on Muscle Man and high five Ghost, and they propose one more game, and this time it's computer rights for life. They get on the court. Mordecai passes the ball to Rigby. Hits some excellent D on my nigga Muscle Man just for Rigby to dunk on this nigga high five Ghost head. I mean, that hand on the top of bro's noggin grazed Rigby's nuts, bro. Muscle Man team now got possession. High five passes the ball to Muscle Man. He tries to go for a 2-pointer, but Mordecai done smacked that bitch out of the air. And hold on a second. Is that nigga floating? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not finna be biased. If I was Muscle Man, I'd call BS on that. You're floating. That's cheating. Get on the ground, nigga. Rigby got the ball now. Bounces that bitch under High Five's legs. Gives himself a self lob and dunks that bitch. And Muscle Man and High Five Ghost is perplexed. They're like, bro, what the? We was just playing circles around these niggas. How is they that good this fast? So Muscle Man devises a plan. He tells High Five Ghost to take a dive. And this is crazy, bro. High Five Ghost doesn't even do this in play. Rigby done already scored the point. High Five Ghost was nowhere near that nigga, and he just took the dive. And Mordecai and Rigby rightfully called BS on that because nobody touched bro. Muscle Man's like, y'all can't play me 2-on-1, so I get to pick anybody on the court, and he chooses the god of basketball and tells him to give him some powers too. We got ourselves a real game going on now. So now the god of basketball has the ball. He passes it to Muscle Man, and bro got crazy ass handles. But niggas that play like this on the court be the most annoying, just dribbling that shit. My brother, if you don't make a play, and he does, he lobs that bitch in the air, and the god of basketball grabbed that bitch and dunked on this nigga Rigby Dome.
Which way am I gonna go? Which way am I gonna go?
If I was Rigby, I would've looked at Mordecai like, nigga, how'd you let him get past you? Muscle Man over here like, yeah man, this finna be light work. So now Rigby got the ball, and oh nah, this nigga Rigby threw the ball the backboard and gave himself a self alley, nigga. Muscle Man, how you let this little ass nigga get this self alley on your dome piece? You was guarding him, gang. So now Muscle Man got the ball again, and here this aggressive ass football playing basketball player go threw the ball right in Rigby's face just to catch that bitch and get a dunk. These boys over here having a dunk off. They said forget shooting, we only dunking, no donuts, until we get a god of basketball highlight reel in the middle of the game. I mean, this nigga went 3 for 3, back-to-back repeated dunks on these niggas, just for Muscle Man to be like, it's 19-17, we got game point. Rigby's like, no way, how are we losing? And Muscle Man's rebuttal is,
maybe because you suck and I hate you.
But then Mordecai and Rigby decide to lock in. These niggas are the dynamic duo, up there with the likes of Goku and Vegeta, Superman and Batman, Naruto and Sasuke. These boys is inseparable. Mordecai and Rigby then decide to hit an NBA street ass combo on these niggas. Rigby passes the ball to Mordecai. Mordecai hits a behind the back lob to the backboard just so Rigby can flip in midair, catch that bitch, and dunk on these niggas' dome piece. So now it's 19-19 tie. The next basket wins the game. So now the god of basketball has the ball. Rigby tells Mordecai to D up, and the god of basketball's like, you better listen to that little nigga, cause I'm finna sauce on your bitch ass. Then the god of basketball equips Handle God. Over here dribbling the basketball so hard he done crossed Mordecai's eyes up. And then he just passes by this nigga Mordecai. Brother man almost broke his neck trying to find bro. He was finna lay that bitch up, but Mordecai didn't stop that bitch at the backboard getting a rebound. Mordecai and the basketball guy then just start flying into outer space as Muscle Man and Rigby follow after them. They over here made a loop past Mars as Mordecai sees Rigby open, so he passes the ball to Rigby. Then Mordecai breaks away from the basketball guy, so Rigby passes the ball to Mordecai. But then we see my nigga Rigby done broke away from Muscle Man. So Mordecai passes the ball to Rigby, but Rigby and Muscle Man caught that bitch at the same time. They start spinning out of control. The basketball guy pulls up on Muscle Man and Rigby trying to help his teammate out. He catches onto the ball with Muscle Man and it's looking quite rough for my nigga Rigby. If that nigga Rigby wasn't a fucking dog, he flipped out of that. Now he got possession of the ball, and the god of basketball made one fatal mistake, leaving Mordecai open, because at this point in time, the legend of the lethal shooter done took over this nigga Mordecai's body. He said, "Stop playing with me in the comments. Y'all said I couldn't make a dunk from outer space to Earth. Y'all must not know who I am. I'm the lethal shooter. I understand it now." So Mordecai starts zooming back to Earth, just repeating over and over in his head, "I understand it now. I understand it now." As Muscle Man, Rigby, and the god of basketball start flying towards Mordecai. But Rigby, being the goated teammate he is, starts blocking both the god of basketball and Muscle Man at the same time. As my nigga Mordecai jams that bitch into the basketball hoop, making this nasty ass explosion, winning the game. Left all three of them boys in craters. Mordecai and Rigby done won the game. They got computer rights for life. Mordecai can go make Margaret that website, and I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that Mordecai even wanted to make Margaret a website. But Mordecai then sees Margaret in his peripheral. He got the Margaret sensors on lock. He goes to Margaret, he's like, "Yeah, I'm finna go make you that website right now, shorty." And Margaret's like, "Website? Oh, that got made 3 months ago." As the god of basketball pulls up to Mordecai like, "Yeah, man, time moves differently in space." And I'm not gonna lie, if I was Mordecai, I would have crashed the fuck out. I did all that just to not be able to make the website? I'm finding Muscle Man and spinning the block on his bitch ass. But that was the end of the game. Moral of the story is, bros before hoes. Nigga wouldn't have wasted 3 months trying to impress a bitch playing basketball if he just decided, you know what? They got computers at the library. I'll go there instead. But with that being said, that's the end of the video. If you liked, like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.